Yo, what is going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to the fourth and final round of feature matches for this week. We've got a pretty interesting matchup here. We've got Chaos Thunder on the left, piloted by my friend Dan, and on the right, Swordsoul, piloted by my friend Colin. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into this matchup here. We're going to see Chaos Thunder win the die roll here and opt to go first. This is a 60-card build, by the way. My friend on the left here is very fond of the Thunder Dragon strategy, and wanted to give Phantom Knights a bit of a break to try something new. So this is sort of the concoction that he ended up coming up with. And as he starts to resolve his combo here, let's take a look at the poll results. So I asked you guys who you thought was going to win this particular matchup, and about 1.5 thousand votes. 67% of the vote going to Swordsoul, and the remainder going to Chaos Thunder. So let's see if you guys are correct. You were right last time, but let's see if you're right 2 times in a row. We're going to see him link into the Romulus and activate Romulus Chainlink 1 and Absa Router Chainlink 2. So we're seeing a bit of a Dragon Link engine here, helping get things off the ground. So we'll be able to chain block the search of Dragon Ravine. Although I find chain blocking the search of Ravine almost never to be like super helpful, only because like they're not going to ash you getting the Ravine. They're just going to ash Ravine, period. I think ashing Ravine is a very good ash in my opinion, because you let them go minus first, let them ditch a card out of hand. But either way, we're going to see Boot Sector Launch get played, of course. That's going to summon out Tracer. Then we're going to see him spec out Chaos Valkyria by banishing that Absa Router from the grave, and could possibly see a Chaos Ruler here. As I say, or we could see a Rocket Tracer effect, but he doesn't really need to activate that here. So we're going to see him go for Chaos Ruler and offer to have the deck shuffled real quick before he goes ahead and excavates the top 5. Another Valkyrie, a Quick Launch, a Dark Beckoning Beast, or one of the other ones, I can't remember their names, so it was part of that Sacred Beast engine, Allure of Darkness, and Gamma. So it looks like he'll take the second Chaos Valkyrie here, which I believe that has an effect when it's banished. I'm not entirely sure what its effect is. There's a lot of cards in here that you don't typically see in everyday meta decks. Some of the cards I recognize, though, like the Dragon Link stuff. So we're going to see him banish 3 to summon out the Levy. And he did banish all dark, so he will get to rip a card from the opponent's hand here, which could be very important. Hitting a starter out like a Mo Yi, hitting out a Long Yun, could be very beneficial here. But we won't know what card was put back, unfortunately. And we just can only imagine what card was put back. So he does have the opportunity for a rank 8 play here. He could continue to link climb. He does have the Ravine and the Valkyrie in hand still. I did see a Thunder Dragon Roar in hand, I believe. He's going to go ahead and go into the new rank 8. I think it's like Vampire Lord or something. I know this card is really unique in the fact that it can actually let you overlay using an opponent's monster. Yeah, it's called the Zombie Vampire. If you use a monster with a level that is owned by your opponent for the Ixie summon of this card, treat it as level 8. Yeah, neither player can target this card with card effects of special summon monsters except those special summon from the graveyard. You can detach 1 material from this card. Each player sends the top 4 cards from their deck to the graveyard. Then if any monsters were sent to the graveyard by this effect, you can special summon one of those monsters to your field. So each player going to go ahead and mill 4 here. He's going to get access to the Thunder Dragon Dark, and then we're going to see the Chaos Ruler bring itself back, and then linking off that Zombie Vampire and everything else into a copy of Curious. And then Curious is going to go ahead and get to dump a card here, then mill 3 more. So he's milled 5 off the Chaos Ruler, milled another 4 off the Zombie Vampire. Technically 8 if you want to count his opponent's cards, because he could take any one of those cards too. And he's getting to mill another 3 off the Curious here. So just loading the graveyard up like you wouldn't believe. And since he linked off that Dark, I believe he could also get Dark effect to search a Thunder Dragon card. I believe that's its effect when it hits the graveyard. So he's going to grab a Hawk. And then we're going to see him dump Fairy Tale Snow. New edition, obviously. to a deck like this, thanks to the recent ban list, getting to add a card like that in here with all the graveyard shenanigans. Fairy Tale Snow fits right in. Then we're going to see him go ahead and mill 3 off the Curious, since a card was sent from the deck to the grave. And we're going to see him just mill 2 Allure, a Gold Sark, and I think another Dark. Then we're going to see him pitch Hawk from the hand to go ahead and spec out a copy of Thunder Dragon Matrix. And if only Colossus was legal, you could go ahead and make a Colossus here, and an Appaloosa wouldn't be too terrible. And at this point, like, there's so much going on right here that, like, there is no set end board, I feel like, is what my friend Dan would say. You're just trying to, you know, load your graveyard as much as possible, and then take advantage of all these basically free things that you get. It kind of reminds me of Block Dragon BA a little bit, where, like, you have all of these very, very easy summons, and you can basically just turn them into whatever. Like, you have so much link fodder, synchro fodder in the case of Block BA. I guess in this deck as well, with like the rocket engine, and then, you know, fusion fodder, I guess, too, if you want to play something like Anaconda and DP, which I believe he's playing, since I saw Celestial in the main deck. So there's Appaloosa for 2. Here's Fairy Tale Snow, which is also just free link fodder as well. Great synergy with the Chaos cards. Just trying to throw together good stuff board. Probably see like Appaloosa. We could see Titan. Plus Anaconda for DPE, which isn't like the greatest board in the entire universe, but it's still a pretty good board nonetheless. Still very creative. So we'll see him summon out the Snow, and then we're going to see him go ahead and link 2 here in Anaconda. Unfortunately, no access to Titan here, since I don't think he has access to Thunder Dragon Fusion at this particular point. Yeah, it doesn't look like he does, but he does have access to DPE. Appaloosa with 2 negates. Or no, he's just going to go ahead and use Anaconda. I was going to say that I forgot that this card can send things other than Fusion Destiny. So yeah, he's going to go ahead and dump the TDF, and that's going to go ahead and recycle 3. And now we're going to see him get access to the Thunder Dragon Titan. And I believe, yeah, he does have Matrix in hand and Dark, so that's at least 2 pops from the Titan. And looks like actually one of the Thunder Dragon monsters is getting spec'd from hand. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with a lot of the Thunder Dragon cards. And that's end phase getting bounced back. Okay, I think that was summoned off of the Hawk. I believe. Yeah, so he has Dark and Matrix, and he still has that Cast Valkyrie. So he's got Appaloosa, Titan, with Fairy Tale Snow. So, like, pretty okay board here, especially countering Swordsoul, which isn't like too hard to counter. It's pretty obvious where to stop at most points. So we're going to see Moyi activate, revealing a Blackout, and we're going to see him activate Titan. And then we're going to see our Swordsoul player respond with probably the greatest and most absurd quick play spell ever printed, and that a Forbidden Droplet. And we know he has Blackout in hand since it was revealed off of the Moyi. But he's going to have to at least pitch 2 here, which will leave him with 1 card left in hand. So he's going to pitch Ghost Ogre and Blackout. And still has that Fairy Tale Snow here on resolution to go ahead and attempt to book either the Moyi or the token. And basically force the Swordsoul player to kind of start over. He needs... Yeah, I mean, at this point, he needs the perfect extender to keep going. I think E-Telly would probably do it because he can go into Helk. But that Book of Moon of Fairy Tale Snow, very, very strong. He's going to go ahead and activate the effects of both Hawk, Dark, and Chaos Valkyrie, which is pretty insane. He'll be able to add a copy of the Thunder Dragon, and then dump Chaos Nephthys, which is new from Battles of Chaos. You can send that off the Chaos Valkyrie. And then he can't use its effect this turn because of Valkyrie's restriction. But I believe next turn, if any card I think would be destroyed, he can banish a Light and Dark from the grave to summon the Chaos Nephthys. And I think it banishes 1 from the field. And then like another from the grave. So like very, very strong removal. And of course has the absolute best extender you could have asked for at this point, in the form of Ecclesia. And Blackout being engraved could not be more perfect at a point like this. Synchro for Boxia, Chainlink 1 Yazi, or Chainlink 1 Bazi, I cannot speak. Chainlink 1 Boxia, Chainlink 2 Tae. So we'll go ahead and get to spin 2 here, I believe, since he's using 2 different attributes of Worm, Wind and Water. So we'll be able to put back the Snow and the Titan. And then at this point, pretty much just free to play here. I'll add a copy of Mo Yi. We'll send a copy of Mo Yi off the Tae. And he has a couple of tokens here on board to be able to do whatever he really wants to with. So he's going to go ahead and pop one to revive the Mo Yi and then synchro off with a token and the Mo Yi into probably Chi Zhao here. Although Berserker wouldn't be terrible either. Being able to banish any monster that's activated. Pretty okay. Yeah, so he is looking at the Berserker. Because if that Chaos Neptus activates next turn, we can have a way to, well, not negate it, but potentially just remove it from the graveyard so it doesn't summon. Sounds pretty enticing. So we'll see what he ends up deciding to go for here. And I believe all tokens are level 4 at this point. So I don't know necessarily if you can go for a level 10 synchro. Yeah, so it's either, at this point, I think it's either Chi Zhao or it's Berserker. And it looks like he will go for Chi Zhao. Chainlink 1 Chi Zhao, Chainlink 2 Mo Yi. So we'll get the extra card here. And hoping it's a good one. And then go ahead and get a search here. If you drew like any good discard here, you could go ahead and easily grab Long Yun. And perhaps even close this game out right now. Already down 2,000 from the Anaconda, plus another 1,200 on top of that from the Long Yun. And he's looking at Long Yun right now, like, and he does know the last card in hand. Or at least he knows 1 or 2 of them. He knows Dark, he knows Valkyrie. Yeah, and like this is just looking very, very rough. This could definitely be an OTK right here. Like, and that's one of the things about Swordsoul, like, it can push through a lot. And it can do a lot of damage very, very quickly. Just because, like, Long Yun is insane. And even on top of that, like, you could also go for like the new level 10 synchro, which is like really absurd in time. Like the amount of burn damage that card like that is capable of doing. So it looks like he will add the emergence instead of going for the Long Yun. Probably the safer play here. Since, I mean, if he did go for Baron, he could burn 12, puts him down to 48, and then pop, and then swing in. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely game. If he just goes for the Long Yun play. I mean, he could even have gone, I mean, going for Ruddy Rose might be a bad idea, actually. There's a lot of Thunder Dragon cards in the graveyard. He has Vessel in hand, so it looks like that was the draw off of the Mo Yi. And we know he searched the emergence off of the Chi Zhao. So I don't know if necessarily he had access to get a discard for Long Yun there. Maybe he could have, but yeah, he has no non-effect monsters on field to be able to, like, if he's able to dump like an Ashina or something, or an Adara, like, he doesn't have any targets to add back, and he doesn't have any non-effect monsters, so I guess grabbing the emergence makes much more sense to get whatever card you need for next turn. So he will pass there, just having to play through a Chi Zhao, which I've got a feeling that he's going to be able to out that and try to at least clear the board here. We're going to see him activate Allure of Darkness, draw 2 into Banish Dark. Very, very good synergy. Add a copy of Matrix. And has a Thunder Dragon, he has TDF, he has Droplet. There's definitely got to be a way to OTK here, man. There's got to be. It also has Thunder Dragon Fusion Engrave, too, so we could use that to banish search any Thunder. So we're going to see him activate the TDF. He's going to put back 2 Thunder Dragons and a Dark, going for Titan. And he has Matrix plus Thunder Dragon in hand with 2 targets engraved. So we're just going to start seeing him try to machine gun here this Titan and start blowing up the field. Chi Zhao will respond to attempt to negate and also make just the Titan miss timing, but he's got a Droplet there for 1. Yeah, so that is going to resolve here. Just Titan, you know, activate Thunder Dragon, Chain Titan, activate Matrix, Chain Titan, pop the Boxia, activate Thunder Dragon Fusion engraved, go ahead and search a Thunder. And I think he discarded Mothman there, and I don't think he activated that effect. You don't want to let your opponent draw a card to your mid-combo that could draw him to something like a Veiler, which could be pretty detrimental. We're going to see him activate the Roar, I believe, and then Hawk, and pop the set. And now at this point, it's just a matter of being able to do enough damage. So we're going to see the Dart get summoned by the Hawk, and then Chaos Nepthys will trigger since a card was destroyed on that destruction of that Set Mo Yi. And then we're going to see him banish a Light and a Dark, banishing the Mothman and a Thunder Dragon to summon out Chaos Nepthys. And that's 3,200 damage there, plus I think Chaos Nepthys has 24. Yeah, so he's going to start swinging in here with everything. I think Matrix might have boosted up the Titan here. Yeah, so leaving him at just 300. So close for going to game there. Yeah, so close. So we're just going to see him go Link 2 into IP Masquerena. And one card in hand, so a Nightmare Unicorn play is live as it stands. Again, one Unicorn spin could be enough just to stop the turn. He does have Vessel and Emergence, though. And I think he might have top deck Lancia, so, like, doesn't seem like Swordsoul's entirely out of the race just yet. But he's got to be able to clear that Titan, because Titan is a very, very tough card to get rid of. I think if it were to be destroyed by battle or card effect period, it can just banish 2 cards in the grave to protect itself. And then you're triggering more Thunder Dragon effects in the grave. And then you also have to kind of worry about, potential Nightmare Unicorn play to screw things up. So we're going to see the Emergence activate here. And he is going to go ahead and search. Probably, I mean, I don't know exactly what you search here to really get you out of this situation. I feel like whatever normal summon is made is just going to be spun back. So he will normal summon the Tai. He is going to chain. There's the Unicorn, pitching the Thunder Dragon, and that will spin that back. He does have Vessel, but I really don't know how good Vessel does you here. So yeah, it's not going to do him too much. So we will see them go ahead and go to a game 2 here. Thunder Dragon taking game 1. And a bit of a grind. Very, very long combo there. So yeah, we're going to see him go to game 2. And as they get started here, I like to mention a few ways you guys can support the channel by either using my discount code WinnerKills10off at ImperiumDuelist.com or using the affiliate links I have in the description to TCG Player or the Coldest Water. So definitely check those out. But we're going to see Emergence into, I believe it is Mo Yi. That's going to get hit with Gamma. And then he does have the Ecclesia to follow up. Very, very good use of the Ecclesia there, just playing around and through the Gamma. Because if he's got Gamma on the normal summon, which is very strong, you also do make Ecclesia alive in the process by putting 2 bodies on your field to, access its summoning condition. We're going to see him activate Chi-Jiao, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 Tai. And we'll see what he's going to go ahead and send and add here. I think I see a Long Yun in hand. So it looks like he is going to dump the Ashina and add a copy of Blackout. And the Ashina not currently live, but he does have E-Telly here. Going to go for the Ghost Ogre, and looks like he's going to go for the Hulk play. Pretty much got all the value he is going to get out of Chi-Jiao this turn. Just using it as a mid-combo search. Hulk summoning out the Deskbot, and then, yeah, this is like one of the most absurd parts about Swordsoul currently is the Hulk Auroradon engine, especially with Deskbot so strong. Going in for the Herald of the Arclight here. And this is going to help protect against Nibiru because his opponent didn't Nibiru yet. He now doesn't really have the option to because it will get negated. And also going into that before he gets Worm locked, we're going to see Asha now spec out the Adhara. And we're going to see him Synchro 7 here. Probably into Yazi and then Auroradon effect. Or just Yazi target itself and then hit the Gamma. And then Yazi effect to spec out a Taie, since I don't believe he has used Taie yet. Well, he might have actually. Yeah, so we'll see what he summons here. He's just going to summon out another Adhara. All right. And then link off the Adhara into a Monk. And then Adhara effect to go ahead and add back Ashina. And then Long Yun, pitch the Ashina, just getting that free discard fodder there. And then we're going to see him Synchro 10 into not Baron, because that is not an option currently. So he's going to have to go for the Grand Duke and burn for 12. Not a terrible end board if you ask me. This deck does a lot of banishing, and Grand Duke punishes decks that banish quite a bit. So there's the Dark Beckoning Beast, and I also see a Lancea in hand too, which is pretty strong. Yeah. Another thing I want to check too is I need to check Long Yun's text specifically, or more so Herald of the Arclight. Herald of the Arclight says any monster sent from the hand or main deck to the graveyard is banished instead. So whatever was discarded off of that Long Yun technically should have been banished. I think that was a bit of a misplay, unless he discarded it and it got banished and I just didn't see that. But I don't think Long Yun says discard one of the Swordsoul card. Yeah, so Long Yun doesn't have to discard a card to the grave. And this is why Swordsoul can play under D-Shifter and things like that. So that Ashina technically should be banished because of Herald of the Arclight. But either way, we're going to see our Chaos Thunder player continue to combo here, getting into Anaconda. It doesn't look like he has much to get past this anyways, and Anaconda being his only way to play, getting stopped there regardless. So, yeah. Swordsoul taking game 2 very, very swiftly, and we are into a game 3 situation. We're going to go ahead and see Chaos Thunder lead first into the circle, into the Dark Beckoning Beast. That's going to get Gammaed. Chaos Space pitching. That will get Ashed. Hitting the first two things here. I mean, they're very, very, like, high impact, I would say, starters here. Like, Chaos Space is insane. You know, the whole Dark Beckoning Beast engine is really solid. It's basically just one card Curious, which gets you a lot of value as well. And then basically forcing him to follow up with, like, you know, one of the more worst cards in his hand. He's going to go ahead for Gold Sark, banishing the Dark, adding Roar. And it looks like he just has Macro Cosmos in hand. We're going to see him pitch to spec out the Beckoning Beast. And go ahead and set the macro and hope for the best here. Yeah, I mean, Ash Gamma, pretty solid combination of hand traps here. We're going to see him activate Emergence. We're just going to see him shotgun that Macro Cosmos. No Ash Blossom on that, unfortunately. You'd love to see the Ash on that. We'll see him activate Mo Yi, revealing Long Yun, getting the token, and banishing everything as it is supposed to be. So you will not get the draw off of the Mo Yi, because that does specifically have to hit the graveyard. And then we're going to see Chainlink 1, well, not Chainlink 2, Mo Yi here, because it did not hit the grave. So you will still search Taie. Taie is just going to get pitched for Long Yun. And remembering to just banish the Long Yun and not the token, go for Baron. Baron is going to go ahead and pop the continuous battle phase, hidden for 3k, set a card, and pass. And remembering his cards also get banished as well. And I think he just drew into a Thunder Dragon. Not going to help him out there at all. And we're going to see Swordsoul take the match 2-1. Very, very interesting deck there on the left, though, I must say. And that's going to do it for this one. If you guys want to see more of my content, click on one of the videos popping up on the bottom of the screen right now. And last but not least, a huge thank you goes to our Divine Level channel members. And they are Tweeter0226, Pony Stark, Cadillacs84, Keith Sidgers, and Black Ninja Money. Thank you guys so much, as always, for your extremely generous support of the channel.